The School of Aquaponics. Brooklyn St. Michael with the School of Aquaponics. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is episode 8 of Ask the Aquaponics Guide. You've got questions and he's got answers. This question here is coming from Raphael from San Francisco, California. I want to set up an aquaponics system so I can make some money. I don't really have a lot of space. The space that I have available is a 20 by 20 by 10. Which system do you suggest that I use, either deep water culture or media-based system that will allow me to make the most amount of money in the small space that I have? So, Raphael, I'm going to give you the straightforward answer to this question right now. You want to know which one should you be using, a deep water culture system or a media-based system? And I'm going to tell you neither of them. You shouldn't be using either one of those methods if you're growing in such a small space. Now, the reason why I say this is because in your small space, you're growing in a 20 by 20 by 10. So 20 feet wide, 20 feet long, and 20 feet high. What you need to do is you need to consider each dimension inside of that small space, and you need to utilize and take advantage of each dimension inside of that space. And if you're using a DWC method or a media-based method, all you're going to be doing is using two dimensions out of the three. You're going to be using the length and the width, and that's going to be it. But what about the height? You would have put in your system, and you would have been super upset to find out that you're not going to be making anything profitable after you installed your system and utilize all that space in there. So what I'm going to suggest that you do is to look into something called vertical farming. You're going to look into a vertical farming method. Vertical farming method. It's going to allow you to use all three dimensions, the length, the width, and the height. You're missing out on a lot of potential if you're just using a deep water culture system or a media-based system inside of your grow area. You're missing pretty much double the height or double the amount. You can double the amount of production if you go with a vertical farming. So that is going to be my suggestion for you. And I'm glad, once again, I'm super glad that you asked this question, because if you would have installed that and then you would have saw how much the little amount of money you were going to make off of that, you might have just jumped off the San Francisco bridge. I'm glad you asked. So neither one of those. Scratch both of those. Go with a vertical system. This is Brooklyn St. Michael with the School of Aquaponics. Toodles.